exists. I'm the Johnstruct. I'm having an AI Somnium Files nirvanA initiative adventure. It's been about 40 days since I played this. My intention wasn't to just completely forget the game existed. One, I just buy too many games, right? And I get it into my head how, oh, I'm gonna do this and then this and then this and this, and sometimes I change my mind. So it was like I bought this November, and then I decided, oh, this is a sofa game. I'm currently on a sofa, and I record a lot of games on my PC. And I decided, okay, for Christmas, I get to be home for 20 days. I still have to work, but I get to be home and not leave. And so I'll do my surfer games at Christmas as a treat. So I've got myself, you know, AI Somnium Files here, but also got myself Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and God of War, Ragnarok. That's what that's called, right? And most recently, Crisis Core. I can't help myself. But it doesn't. What doesn't help is that they've started doing this thing where you can pay for games like in cuts, interest free. So it's like I try and buy them at the cheapest price. I found a website, like it's Shop2 and Simply Games, and they're reasonably they're usually quite reasonably quite. Let's pretend I said that sentence with the words in the correct order, eh? And most of these aren't as expensive as you might think. I think God of War was probably the most expensive one. But I definitely didn't pay 70 quid for that. I think I paid 60, like 55 or something, because it was on a deal. And then again, I've not even finished paying it off yet, because I would be paying in installments, interest free. So that's how they get you, because like as soon as you introduce that concept into my brain, I'm like, oh, I'm getting it for cheaper, because future me is paying for it, and I'm not even paying interest. I'm not even having money stolen from me. And then I was like, oh, I've bought so many games that I haven't played. Anyway, that's a long introduction. So we're going to try and play more of this game now. Although it actually took me ages to play the first one as well, and I'm going to be jumping through a lot of games. You can see it's 7th of 11th. Well, that says 7th, but that says I've been playing for 100 hours. What? What? We'll get the one that says maybe I left the PlayStation on. We'll do that one. Have a reminder of what happened so far.
I thought it would be easier to talk to you this way.
The bat's 490 code. I solved it.
The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality.
If he's willing to lie about one thing, he's willing to lie about everything.
Okay then, let's begin.
The experiment worked! Oh, happy Shikara.
Might want to change the glasses. It's going to be a lot of that white. Okay. I'm not here to remind you the mess you made when I went away. What? Yeah, we're going to Naixatloz, which I believe was an evil conspiracy, as opposed to. Oh yes.
Welcome.
There we go. Sorry, I'm just gonna. This, then do this, then do this. Got to do it in the right order. It's Tokiko.
I'm the president of the Japanese Naixatloz branch, Tokiko Shigure.
I apologize for visiting so late at night. I'm from the Metropolitan Police Department.
Mr. Ryuki, is it? Mamoru, my secretary, has already informed me. I hear you've come to ask about Jin Furue's murder.
This is the president's office on the top floor of the building, containing the Japanese branch of Naixatloz, commonly known as Nais. When I synced with Chikara earlier, Tamara and I saw something in his Somnium. Someone who looked like they were in Nais was making the Bats 490 video. And that's why we ended up here. Interesting symbol. We came to the president's office to talk to the top level of NICE. Oh. Let's check on my timer. Got you. What do you think of pity? That means a pity. That's pretty brave opinion. Okay. You're in my file. Oh, so much stuff. We have more trivia. I've forgotten how to talk. Trivia is the word I was thinking. We'll just read one of them. Popular Tama Hattori Institute 1. Popular phone game. It's a puzzle game in which you try and navigate the lava to a safe area using pins and closing valves. Most of the time, though, it takes you to a page with the choice to force you to download a different game. It's kind of like advertising fraud. Okay, we read that before, but it is pretty funny because I've seen that advert. Because they always make it look really easy, because it is. But no, they don't make it look really easy. They make the player really dumb, so you go, well, I could do that. Wink Sync is a simpler version. No, we read these. Nipple Game is a game which a man asks a woman to guess where the nipple is. It's kind of problematic, yeah. Okay, no, we read all of those already. Know what a Wink Sync is. I might not. I might have saved after that. Here's pewter. You know about pewter. Cool. Why is it telling me to do more files? What have I not done? All the files have been done. Taking a while to load. Okay, there we go.
I thought the whole NICE thing was just a rumor, but it actually exists.
Feeling good, Tama?
Feeling good, Tama?
I always feel good. Want me to make you feel good too?
Doesn't seem professional. Okay, that's fine. Why does this file have a dot on it? How's my sound? Cool. None of these have a thing. Just gonna ignore it. Okay, we do have to click on every goddamn thing in the room though. Batman. Statue. There's a strange statue.
Why would they make something like this indoors?
Who knows?
That's great. I'd love one of those. I mean, maybe not in a room where I had to get something done, but... There's Memorial. You're Tokoko's secretary.
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage. Slugged him in the face and resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing me.
Should I just do that to anyone?
It was a heat of the moment thing, but I ended up quitting my job. I don't regret punching that scumbag, but... what am I going to do now? I've got 10 children to think about. What? A job? With the conditions I requested? Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do anything, as long as it's not illegal.
Oh, that was interesting. Say something funny.
Something funny. There, I said it.
Oh, nice.
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really.
That's the nonupal X, the symbol of NICE.
Non-upal means consisting of 9.
Fair enough.
You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-upal is the 9th.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So non-upal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Naixatloz is derived from 9-exit lozenge?
Okay, so, this guy made the nonary games, didn't he? So, non-upal Yeah, he does like his maths. 9 lozenge.
Lozenge referring to a diamond shape.
Does it?
In other words, Naixatloz means the 9 X's of the diamond.
Does it? Lozenge is a diamond. Light hanging for the ceiling. There's a big window here. I can't see shit out of this window. Should I call this a pond, maybe? Well, it's sure not a river. Go with pond for now. How did you end up here?
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Naix is a secret organization hidden from the public.
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know someone who knew this location. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. The guards, the security gates. If I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
Oh yeah, it is 9X's. It's also 9 diamonds. I mean, you can make those X's and squares and they'd fit the same symbols. And in the same way, it's like one huge X. Sort of. About Naix.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Naix, the secret organization.
So, yeah, diamond tiled as recurring symbol, as is those X's.
But I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us.
Where's his boobs? That's not how Baphomet looks. I've seen the pictures. Doing the thing. Got boobs. You cowards.
Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space.
It's got to be difficult to say with a lisp. Yeah, that's what Girl said from the first game.
But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on.
Well, he's crossing his legs in an X. The thing about X is it's a pretty kind of... You'd see it everywhere if you start looking for it. It's just 2 lines intersecting.
Rumors are quite a terrifying thing.
Are they, though?
Naix is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch.
What? An ideological society?
This is a common misconception, but Naix is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
There have been some terrible companies with that idea. So... Actually, I don't think... So there's this thing called the Atcash... No. How do I pronounce it? Atcat... Ah, bother. Where's my phone? It's not here. Never mind, I don't remember the word. Atkashi? No. So, I played a game called E05. Specifically a game called E07? No. E6? E05. Definitely not E05. Akash key? Adcash. I don't remember the word, and it's really annoying me. If I could just say the word, I could explain it. Let's say it's called a cache key. It's not. And I should probably just get my phone. It's a word, it's starts with an A. I think it's got a K in it, like, and the word cache somewhere in the middle. Let's call it a cache. And it's in East. It was like the final dungeon. All the angels in that universe create these concepts and they give them to man. But it's a real life idea that all knowledge is stored in this one place, basically. The at cache. I keep thinking it's at cache, but that's something else. Anyway, it's a kind of fun idea. Oh no, there's this kind of this fount of knowledge. But like, if you look up the real life group, it was a group of like-minded individuals who acted together based on a certain understanding of the universe. A completely nonsensical understanding of the universe, because it's unscientific, that they were like, yeah, I reckon this exists. And if you kind of follow the ideologies, one of them leads to Nazis, which is why I bring it up. In fact, the woman I'm thinking of is famous. What's her name? Because I know she turns up in an anime with heroes. I think, like, I can't remember her name, unfortunately. I've not actually seen that anime. I just know if you look up the name, it's the anime with like all the famous figures, but for some reason they're summoned to do anime battles. So like it's all like knights. Arthur is a woman in it, so it's or is it Lancelot? I don't know. Anyway, this has been a completely nonsensical aside from me because I can't remember most of the words describing the thing I'm trying to talk about. Let's just continue, shall we? I'm sorry.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something.
I was wondering whether they would go there.
That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Did they imply that before? Because I was thinking... Because Ryuji's drunk, right? He's given up on life. And if the world isn't real, that's a completely valid reason for him to not care. That also is a reasonably good explanation of how to cut a person in half. They're not real. Apart from building a simulation where everything runs like the real world does, apart from you can cut people in half, that's nonsensical. I'm going to keep using that word. 2, you remember that Akashic record I was telling you about earlier? I've also used it for my own stories, because if you wanted a name for what's one of those supercomputers called? Let's call it a supercomputer that runs an entire universe on it. Calling it the Akashic record is a reasonably good use of that term, because it's a record of everything, i.e. it's an entire simulated universe. Like, they're compatible things. There's a reason why I was associating things together as well.
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program.
Also, when we encountered Nyes in the first game, it was via the use of video game metaphor.
And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams.
Does there? You see, I would argue the opposite. One of my pet peeves, not a pet peeve, I was going to talk about the Matrix. It's definitely not a pet peeve. It's one of those, like, because, like, it'd be really fucking stupid to watch the Matrix and go, no, I think I find the computer games don't work that way. It's not a pet peeve. It's just like an inconsistency with how actual computer games work. That Keanu Reeves can see code, right, in the Matrix by looking at everyone, but, like, you don't store code in the graphics. Like, the code is in a... The graphics are... Those things don't interact. The code is a bunch of instructions that you give to a computer, and the computer runs the instructions, and those instructions involve telling, like, a bunch of monitor, have these colors on the screen. That's like the end point of graphics on the screen. So, like, there's no reason to have code embedded in graphics. Now, you can have code embedded in objects, but are you seeing objects? No, you're seeing graphics. You're seeing... But like, that's fine. Like, that's just because it's a film, and we're not, like, worrying about that. But, like, my point is... Does there need to be imperfections, edges, or seams? Because in the Matrix, that's called deja vu. Like, that's the point.
To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do that?
To prove it. That's the bit... What?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated.
Can you emancipate people from a program? Is that a thing? I know it's a thing in fiction. Westworld did that.
That is our ultimate goal.
This old hack has completely lost it.
I know statistically, like, if a simulated universe is possible, then statistically we're in one. But also, it wouldn't matter because it'd be functionally identical. I don't know. You couldn't possibly make a seam. It's from it's beyond reach. It's in a different system. How will you tear at the seams of the world?
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
I don't know what that means. I also don't know what the word weft means.
I don't understand.
You will someday. It is a prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
Like, by the way, I'm engaging with the plot. I'm not complaining about things. I'm quite happy for anime to have silly simulation plot, or even imply and not do it.
What is that?
So, Wefton... That... is it the Naixatloz symbol?
It's a hand sign we use.
The 9 X's and 2 circles.
It's meant to resemble the sign behind me.
Okay, fair enough. Give me the hand sign again. I mean... Yeah, sure. Yeah. Show me the hand sign again. Look how happy she loves doing the hand sign. Okay, what were you doing on the 6 AM on the 9th?
Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
No, just like people. It's like one of my test questions.
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I returned to Tokyo late last night.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
Not bats.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video. Bats 490 was an ARG, just a game.
It's a game!
But there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into Nai's.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to Nai's. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
Hard to say on that alone.
About Chikara.
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see.
The relationship with
Chikara is a former member of NICE, though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
That's a stupid name.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from NICE. You could say they are a sect.
I'm not going to, though.
The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society.
Okay.
Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that NICE created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from NICE.
So,
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
so Order of Percents. I'm assuming that's a trick. As in, it's not a religious order. They mean like order of magnitude. It's a... So, Order of Percent is... You know, a magnification, or how small or big something is. Like a universe within a universe.
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyr?
No.
Freyr?
Right. Oh, you something phrase at the seams. You were asking if I naturally see imperfections of the world.
I am asking the person within you.
What?
You implying that I exist?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyr?
Oh, I just gotta... Oh, I like tuna. Won't be perverted. What's wrong with tuna? Okay. Okay. Let's reset you. Yes.
Hey, Ryuki.
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional. Am I correct?
Yes.
Ryuki, what's gotten into you?
Then please tell me the nil number. If you truly are a Freyr, you should know it.
Fuck. Ah, you bastard. I was like, I'm gonna be cheeky. It's it. I approve of them putting 999 stuff in AI Somnium files.
So, you don't know. In other words, you lied.
No, I knew that's the correct answer. I just don't have the information just yet.
Oh good, she saw right through it. I thought that I could get her to keep talking if I faked my way through it.
You're a faker, not a Freyr.
Way to go.
What is a nil number? What is a Freyr? Frey.
You've a cloth frays at the edges. We've already been given the metaphor.
Right. I remember now.
It was written on that sign.
Frey to free.
Oh, it was. Oh.
Free can mean fight. but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
It's somebody who tears the seams of reality.
Remember what Tokiko said?
Yes,
Your ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Nyes didn't make the QR video?
We did not.
But the word Frey was written on that sign in the QR code.
We of Nyes are only involved in BATS 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video. The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That can't be just a coincidence.
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation.
That would... Okay. Two things. One, simulation could mean, like, it's exactly the same as the real world. Therefore, yeah, it could be a coincidence, but also your entire organization doesn't make sense. Or two, if it's a game, then stories have rules, more rules than real life have. And coincidences are going to happen more often.
A false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams.
That's dumb. That's... No. The coincidences are caused by the fact that humans are very good at spotting patterns. Like, with enough information, you're going to have loads of coincidences. A world without coincidences doesn't exist. It's not going to happen. Like, think of every single goal. They're doing a deja vu thing, by the way. The deja vu is a smart way of doing that, because you always feel weird when you get deja vu. But, like, coincidences, you know, like, oh, I was just talking about them the other day and now the thing just happened. And it's like, yeah, that's your brain connecting, like, yeah. Yeah.
The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
Yes, I am. Philadelphia experiment is the inspiration for the movie. What's it called? Ad cash. Don't worry about the ad cash thing, John. Fuck! Why can't I remember words? 12 Monkeys. No, hang on. Some French short movie was the inspiration for 12 Monkeys. They both have their root in the Philadelphia experiment. It's a fictional idea, a time travel thing. On a boat. Involves a boat. A time loop.
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28th, 1943.
There's the boat. Also, I won't lie, Philadelphia experiment is like, totally was on my bingo card for like this guy who loves Wikipedia, the maker of this game.
A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia.
Okay, that's not how you pronounce Norfolk, but sure, continue.
Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
Yeah.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
I relayed Thomas' story directly to Tokiko.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board, but
They were older?
some of them had melted like a rotten banana. while others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened.
Rotten banana is a very interesting phrase, because it reminds me of another time travel game.
Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
Yes, I
You
guess
mean
it does.
Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible.
Yes, it is.
If a seam was torn, that is.
Yeah, if magic's real, that's not impossible.
Impossible.
Okay. We're gonna keep talk. Might have just been a teleport experiment, but like, it is still like inspiration for
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
the time travel films and stuff.
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it!
Okay.
Just amused that you could keep doing that animation.
What the? Did we teleport here?
An interesting phrase.
Are you serious?
We're in Studio de Vita, aren't we?
So what the game is doing is it's giving us information for the future, right? It's pretending, oh look, by the way, Tama can summon up a virtual, she's so good at being a computer, she recorded an entire place that you can walk around in by closing your eyes and imagining it. And then later on, the game's gonna go, hey, it is kind of like you teleport. You even said you teleported, and all you did was you entered a virtual reality. How funny that you entered a simulation. Isn't that interesting?
It just
Parallel.
seems that way. We're not actually there.
We're being taught things, yeah.
Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
So this is going to be reincorporated. Not this. This.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating.
Okay, so time out. Why are there like weird circuitry on everything?
Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
All right, let's start looking around.
Big eyeball there. The VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. And a special vision mode such as X-ray can be applied to everything. By changing the special mode, what you will inspect will change. Utilize this to find hidden information. Oh wow, I actually get to walk around the place.
Wow, I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
There's a bunch of secret people back here. And back there. But your kettle's
Maybe
here.
it's for having tea during breaks.
We'll do that afterwards then. It's a camera. But it was shown to the entire world through this camera. Seated for the quiz show contestants.
I wonder how deep this sign is embedded.
What do we do at times like these?
Right, the X-ray.
Oh, there's an arrow. Okay, we'll come back to that. It seems big one or two
Looks
here.
like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
Yeah, I've got my own there. Podium's used by the quiz show host. A Mabby TV logo on the huge
The questions for the quiz also show up here too.
Sets full of dazzling lights.
These aren't good for much other than for show. Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Based on the time his corpse appeared, it should be about 40 hours ago. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors, someplace warm.
Corpse discovery information.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's, you know what?
Ballpoint pen? Oh, even these glasses don't like the green.
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Well, it won't come out easily.
Also, no, it's talking about something. I know what I'm. He's referring to the hooks at the top of the arrow, but like that's not. Okay, whatever.
Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
What did you mean then? Signboard stuck in the corpse, so it's difficult to remove.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention.
Yeah, the tubes.
First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily. The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body. And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Situation of corpse and tunnels. Yeah, it was a bomb. On the status of body before the body combusted.
What's this? Getting a better look at it. It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs. I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it. By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and it's said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
That way. Over by that red lamp. What's this?
It's the light switch.
The CNT is tied to it.
TNT extending from corpse. That's how the bomb was set off?
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Proof reenactment allows you to find truth the information you've gathered. Answer Thomas' question with the best answer. Answer will come on town can rumper. Only by correctly answering the questions will the truth be reenacted.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body appeared. Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it. There were bundled CNTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't pull strings.
No, but it can fall.
Yeah.
From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
Rigor mortis softened.
The culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the final question.
Yeah, so I thought that because it couldn't have been pushed. Like that makes the mechanism pointless. The body had to have caused the light switch to turn off, not the other way around.
Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode. It's because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
You know what I like? I like that we are solving a mystery in the game before the very end. I like that. That's I appreciate. I don't like that I'm slowly turning invisible.
Alright, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
The sign?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting, so keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But...
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Macademy Award.
Macademy? Like, the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm, the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body. Where and how was it placed?
Well... it was right here. The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward, onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon! It needs to be soft and squishy! Like an octopus!
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it!
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the lights.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Cool.
Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Cool.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't. Though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Yes.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
Something strange still occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign. All so they could spread that QR video.
We already know what the QR video is about.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours. The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
Kept it. Yeah. Okay.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
Why did blow up the corpse?
Their
To hide the
goal was
evidence.
to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
Wouldn't a line go up?
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
It's just so symmetrical, Ryuki.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
I mean, I feel like you'd stop the show.
You mean... the director, Shinpei Wagai?
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now, at the Maid Cafe Sunfish Pocket.
Convenient. Let's face this towards me. So you can hear me better.
There he is!
There he is.
Shit! Damn!
Ah. Very aggressive work, guy.
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here!
Not anymore, though. No, it's empty.
My bad.
An apology is not gonna cut it!
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right?
I can't go to jail.
That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror.
Yeah, I spoke before, didn't I, about like how Terra is a weird decision and not like Divider?
I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said,
Want to borrow your studio for an hour until on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Do not let anyone near the studio during this time. That includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked, that's all. I'll pay you 5 million, and if everything goes well, I'll pay you the night of the 11th.
so me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either. I had no idea that was gonna happen.
Class 3A at Sekiba High. Go get your man
Class
there.
3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
There's a symbol on the screen you can't see. Ooh.
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics.
You're not symmetrical.
Chikara Horodori.
No way. It can't be.
Nothing to be done. Ooh. Oh, I know what that's a reference to. That's Waiting for Godot. I've seen that. Why are you referencing...
Mr. Date told me about this shrine.
Okay, I'm keep trying to open up the menu and it won't let me.
This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park.
Yeah, it's outside. You're gonna get that.
It's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
So, Waiting for Godot. So, from what I know about Waiting for Godot, it is by some Scottish dude, I think. But like, so the name does quite a good job of conveying it. The implication is it's Waiting for Godot is based on the phrase "waiting for God," right? But it's actually got nothing to do with that. Like, and that's sort of the point, that there's an implied meaning, but it's not really there. Because Waiting for Godot is sort of experimentally, nothing happens in Waiting for Godot. They're waiting. There's only 3 scenes, and all the conversations don't make sense. There's a technique. There's a word I'm thinking of. It's a fun enough play, and you can. It's sort of. It's not like an anti-play or something like that, but it's something, and I can't think of the word right now, but yeah. Do you know Monikers? There's the game Monikers, where you're supposed to, like, you decide ahead of time on, like, say there's 10 of you, 2 teams of 5, and so you decide on, like, 10 films, and, like, each round of the Monikers, you have less and less to describe the film, so you're like trying to do Lord of the Rings, and you'll be like that, and that's charades, right? But because you've only got 10 films to choose between, you know it's one of those. Like, the first round's the hardest because you don't know 5 of them because of the other team, but like in later rounds you get like, oh, you can only now use a finger, you can only use your eyes or something. You can only use your head. So I did, waiting for good old gun like this, going, oh, just tapping my foot. And I had my brother on the other team going, oh, I know what he's doing. And the person, no one on my team got it, but it's just really funny that my brother happened to know, because I picked it for like that reason, because I was like, that's going to be nice and easy. Anyway.
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
But nothing to be done is like a catchphrase in that play. And I don't think it's meaningless. I mean, it's built from seemingly inconsequential dialogue. It's yeah. And nothing to be done. It's just, oh, things have happened. There's nothing to be done. We had no effect on this situation.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then. It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
Okay, I can go to a menu. We'll see how that game as well. What needs to be done? Performance review. Ooh, class up. We can have cat's paws and tail and the mermaid outfits. Clear Chikara Somnium. Interesting. Save our game. Might as well buy those two things. Can't afford both. We'll keep with the cat thing.
Hurry and check it out. Come on.
Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit part actor!
That corpse didn't teleport here after all. Firing your gun in here? Are you insane?
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Oh yeah, it's not quite done, are we?
What are you doing standing there? Nail.
I'm sitting here. Don't call me Neil. Costumes from previously cleared scenes.
I'll dress up the way you like.
There's your cap.
Purr.
Indeed.
Purr.
Emma, why do you always talk about that kind of thing?
Tama, why do you always talk about that kind of thing?
What kind of thing? I want to hear you say it.
Oh, that's the end of the conversation. This is actually why I opened up the menu. There's Tokiko. 53? She's looking great for 53. I don't look that good now. Like 36? 37? 37. I'll be 38 soon. Like in a few days. Like in a week. Unlike Tokiko, whose birthday is in the 15th of February, president of Naixatloz, likes flows of water, flows of time, X, diamond-shaped bugs, glitches, simulation theory research, prophecy, the president of Nai's Japan, believer in simulation theory. She sincerely believes the world she lives in is fake and is created by somebody. She has no interest in living a long life in this world. Give me this. Where is he? Yeah, he's not symmetrical. Huh. He does like percentages, doesn't he? Simulation theory. One more room. But Tokuko's bodyguard, he likes Tokiko. Men, manliness, testosterone. He dislikes those three. We can scrapbooks from tabloid magazines. Previously worked under Sojima, but is now secretary and bodyguard for Tokiko Shigure. President of Nai's Japan, not the best personality, but is loyal to his employer. RMS. Yes. It should take more time to get from this stage to the rooftop in the winter. Then corpses soften after rigor mortis. Usage example is that... Yes, indeed. I'm not reading that out loud. Into his highly flammable carbon material doesn't stand a chance. Surely you'd see the line burn. Doesn't stand a chance. Oh, I guess it'd be a flash because it's phosphor. It bonds with oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which it helps extinguish the flame. Doesn't stand a chance of 300. Yeah. Lies. It's a window. Why can't I use X-rays? It's a blackboard. There's nothing particularly suspicious about it. Literally just established you can do that. Student's desk sniffing might lead to a clue.
Chikara's right side. The cross-section is stuck right onto the blackboard.
What's the estimated time of death?
Based on the time the body was discovered, that would make it about 4 hours ago.
So, around 8 p.m. on February 11th. Right around the time we were meeting with Tokiko.
I'm sorry, Ryuki. This might freak you out, but there's something I have to tell you. Will you hear me out?
What?
The thing is, this corpse is so cowardly that... it has no guts!
Huh. Is that how he's connected to the wall?
What?
I know. That was so bad. The joke was over before I even said it. But I just had to do it. I mean, look, the corpse is completely missing its guts. I couldn't let this chance pass me by.
You said it in a really weird way. Yeah, I'm assuming it needs something to hold it into the wall.
Looks like there aren't any other clues here.
How's it attached to the wall? We just established it's not magic. Simulation. How's it attached to the wall?
Well, satisfied?
Is Tara the culprit?
That's my assumption. I can't think of any other suspects.
Just who is this terror?
I wouldn't be having so much trouble if I knew that.
It can't be Tokiko, can it?
No, she's literally the only person with an alibi.
Tokiko was with me at Chikara's time of death, and she was in Okinawa during the incident with Jin.
Yeah, at the very least, it seems unlikely that she did it personally.
But something has been bothering me. I feel like Tokiko is involved somehow. Chikara was a member of NICE, and he knew about Bats 490. That's not all. The appearance of Jin's corpse was made to seem like a paranormal phenomenon, as if the same thing from the Philadelphia experiment had happened.
After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation. A false world created by a program.
Could she have done all this to give her claim credibility?
I don't know, but it's possible.
What would be the point? And now a message.
I think he was lying about the money. Terror probably wanted someone to find Chikara's body.
That makes sense.
You mean he wanted Chimpei to find it?
Not necessarily. It might have been for the police. Terror might have predicted that someone from the police would contact Chimpei.
Security cameras, high.
I checked the footage, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. Of course, that place is huge, so there are plenty of areas the security cameras don't cover.
Any cameras on campus?
None. Do you remember what Gen said? The security at Sekiba High is completely lacking.
In any case, let's go see Tokiko.
So I was going to say the idea of cameras on a school makes me uncomfortable.
I have to talk to her.
Understood. You've come this far. I'll back you up until you're satisfied.